Dear brothers and sisters, I'm coming to you today because something was on my heart that I need to speak of. And this word I want to speak of is the ignorance in our people. Today I was listening to a few speak on YouTube about speaking about a gentleman they call Ray Hagan. They justified talking about Ray Hagan due to the fact that he's a police officer. And by him being a police officer, he's supposed to be working with the white man. For some reason, it seemed like they didn't pay attention to what he said because on how he conduct himself and the way he speak. And he speak as an educated black man that got an education. And those that were talking about him was dumb as bricks with the same stupid ass prison mentality and think you know something and don't know shit. See, a lot of people misconstrue that some black people have to work, have to take care of their family, and choose the career they feel is best for them. You got some that work with you, work without in the community to help get black people unified or to help the community. Everybody that's in America has been blinded and been tricked and manipulated in some shape, form, or fashion. Nobody black in America knows their culture, their heritage, or where they came from or originated from Africa. So we are here in a country that has used us and that we have to use them in order to survive, in order to live, in order to feed your family. Everybody has a choice to make when it comes to which path they choose to take. I chose to take the wrong turn, but through the knowledge and the wisdom that my grandparents had taught me, I understand a little bit better on how to deal with things in society. I have 2 degrees, 13 years in prison, and I can speak to niggas no different than I can speak to the President of the United States. The one big problem that we all having as black people is unity. We can't seem to find nothing in our heart to find some sense of unity, some sense of a sense of self, in order to come together as one. We can't do it. No matter what a person does, there's always another black person to judge you. It's always another black person to bring you down. Got their opinions. Always got something to say. That's why the white man don't even have to do anything no more, because in all honesty, you're doing it to yourself. I hear so many people talk about, oh my God, what these kids are doing. What's going on in our neighborhood? Why are you asking that question? A lot of these people depend on the white man to fix your problem. A lot of people depend on community white people to fix your problem. The government to fix your problem. When they the cause of the problem. You think they really care? You have them set up different organizations so they can get grant money to have the guise of going into your community helping by giving you free lunch or having kids read statements on how to be a better American when you're not even American. Our people already have tried to build their own communities, and what happened? It was destroyed. Once it was destroyed, have we ever tried to build again? See, we keep building until they stop destroying what we build. But our blacks in today's society don't forget about rebuilding. It's all about self. What I got, what you can get, how can you get over? See, that's the problem with black Americans. And that's why people disrespect us and look down upon us in other countries, because they realize that the wealth and the substance that we have here, if we was to unite, if we was to stop bickering and bitching and hating on one another and come together and build and create opportunities for our ancestors, for our future, for our grandkids, for our great-grandkids, for our kids that are not even here on this earth. We can do that. Instead of selling out to the white man, instead of making sure that they get theirs before you get yours. You know, we done fell into a system that enslaved you by two things: money and Jesus. It's supposed to be not our problem, when it is our problem. A lot of people don't understand that if we finally unite, we finally wake up, we finally understand that we are all here on a common ground, that we all here can change our condition as a people, that we can do this together if we stop thinking just for yourself and stop thinking and start thinking for our people, for your generation, for your sons and daughters. Think about it. You allow them to listen to the music that they listen to. You allow them to watch the movies that they watch. You allow them to think the things that they think, because you don't raise your kids. Media raise your kids. You send them to the schools that we all went to that don't teach you squat about who you are as a person, but they teach you what they are as a people. And you accept that. You accept their system. You accept their ways of life. You accept their manipulation and their lies. You accept that, because only way you accept that, because you accept the books, the ideology, the philosophy, and the things that they taught you since you've been here. These things done been fed to you from your ancestors that was brought here on a slave ship, and that was programmed soon as they got off the ship. And that same program have been running ever since the 1500s. The program just done got worse now. You got 11 and 9-year-old kids killing each other. You got kids killing each other in the street off of Facebook posts. You got our black women fighting each other. Facebook. A sorry ass dude that don't even know how to be a man, having all these kids with all these women and can't even be man enough to take care of near one of them. You fight because a girl looked at you funny in the club. You're shaking your ass, you're twerking, you got everything going on except in education, except anything. All you want is to get your ass shots, smoke some weed, and drink some motherfucking Henny. That's the life. That's the life that you set for yourself, which I think is selfish. Because everybody that you know in society suffering. All these black people out here suffering. In Jamaica, black people suffering. In Haiti, they are suffering. Those are your people. You have American black people right now that won't even admit they're African. They don't even understand what African means. You are African. I'm an African. Our ancestors came from Africa. We ain't from no damn America. We was brought to America. And by our ancestors being brought over here into slavery, we was bred over here because this the only place they was allowed to go. And this where you at now. Ain't neither one of us been to Africa. I'm planning on going. I hope you are too. Because Africa is our land, Our people own and preserve this land for us. But we can't get anything if we fighting against each other. If we always talking about this person don't know what he talking about, or I don't know what he talking about. What are you talking about? What benefit are you doing? You can get 50 people to follow you, but there's over 5-6 million blacks in the world, in America. Martin Luther King had whites and blacks follow him. Malcolm X had a whole bunch of people following him. Marcus Garvey had millions of people following him. And what happened? They were either murdered or exiled. So if you only got that many people there, you ain't making no move, you ain't making no waves, and that's why you still in the same predicament that you in, because you're not a threat. When somebody is making moves that they have a whole bunch of followers, they become a threat. And when somebody become a threat, you making an easy target for them by sitting there criticizing somebody that's trying to do the right thing. If you got a problem with another black brother, the same way the whites do it, if you have a problem, call them, email them. Let's have a conversation, a meeting. That's how you rectify problems in a way that nobody else knows what the problem is. Because for the outside people, it's not to know that we have a problem. Even if it's a unified front. Learn to unify. Let's unite each other. Let's bring each other on common ground so we all can achieve the greater goal of bringing this system down and building our own system to overthrow what's going on in this system. Because it's long overdue that it's time for us to wake up and regain what was took from us. The money and the power is right here. And if we don't start now, I'm sorry, but it might be too late in the future.